The bulls come to play as they push the market higher. Does this mean the bottom is in? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so the bulls came out swinging yesterday, pushing the market up about 2% towards that 4,100 area before selling off a little bit after hours, and now they face some major tests. And if I'm being honest, the structure is just a little bit wonky, which tells me we should tread cautiously moving forward. I'll get into all that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so we had another good day in the trading room today, as you can see on the screen. Guys had some fun. We hit our targets, and now we are looking to see where we're headed. So let's jump into the charts and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 5-minute futures chart for the S&P 500, and we had a strong move up today, but there was a lot of overlap in it, which causes us to have to track this as kind of a diagonal as it moved up. And when that happens, I get very cautious about how I look at the market. So we're kind of looking for some information from the market at this point to give us an idea of where exactly we are at. So as we take a look at the full structure here, there's a few different ways to look at it. The first is how I have it labeled here, where the overnight high here was wave 3, the move down in wave 4, and then throughout the night and today we traced out this diagonal for wave 5 higher to complete either wave 1 or the C wave of wave 4. Now, if this is the case where we have wave 1 or wave 4 here, then we should be expecting a little bit of a bigger pullback and possibly a new low depending on where we're at in the count exactly. So let's take it one step at a time here. Let's first talk about this diagonal because there were some people asking about it in the room today. So let's go over that. Diagonals, guys, the difference between a diagonal and a standard impulsive move is that diagonals are 3-wave moves for all 5 waves. So you get a 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 structure instead of a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5 structure. And so with all the overlap here, this tracks best as a diagonal as you get an ABC for 1, ABC for 2, ABC for 3, an ABC for 4, and an ABC for 5 to complete the diagonal. Now, a hallmark of a diagonal is that you see a pretty sharp sell-off once they complete. We haven't seen that just yet, but it is early in the overnights, and sometimes they take a little bit of time to get going. But if that's the case, we should see a pretty sharp sell-off back to the origination point of the diagonal. So we could see 4,000 pretty soon if that is the case before finding some kind of support there. So the second thing is, let's talk about this as a wave 1, okay? So if it is a wave 1 where we have 1, 2, the blue 3, the blue 4, and then the blue 5 up here for wave 1, then we would expect a pullback to hold our bigger support, which is over here on the far right. And our support now, because it moved up, because the high moved up, okay, our support comes in at the 39.75 all the way down to 39.12 level. However, I don't see them coming as deep as 39.12 because for this structure to fit the overall bigger picture, I would expect them to hold more in this 618 or higher region, which is 39.47. So essentially we have 39.75 to 39.50 as our major support area. And if they hold anywhere above that, that's fine as well. But these are the more common targets that you would see hit. Okay, and if they do push through this 39.50 level, they can hold, 764. Technically, they can hold anywhere above this low. But it does give me a warning flag here if they do break through 39.47 and keep pushing lower, that we might not be holding support here, and we could be looking lower in that wave 5 towards that 37.50 to 3700 area. Now, if this is the wave 4, okay, and we've topped in wave 4, then we would look for the same type of pullback, only we would look for support to fail. And we would look for this move to be impulsive to the downside. So you'd look for a 5-wave move down to that 3700 to 3750 area. But what we would look for originally is a 5-wave move off the top to give us an idea that this could be an impulsive move down. And then we would look very strongly at these support areas to see if they can hold this move down for a wave 1. Or if they fail and continue the move down, then it's going to be that wave 4 top here, headed down towards that 3700 to 3750 region. Now, we do have one other option that we would like to look at here, and that is that this move down off this high, okay, with this high could be all of wave 1, and this could be a wave 2 that was fairly shallow in nature. And if that is the case, then we would have a leading diagonal up, and it makes a little bit of sense here. It does hit about the 618 extension, which is a very common target for a leading or for a wave 1 of 3. And if that's the case, then this pullback that we're seeing here come down it needs to hold much higher. It needs to hold in the 4037 to as low as 4007 range. If it can hold 4007 up to 4037 and then come back and take out the pivot, okay, then we would have to have our eyes higher, as this does look like it could set up for a wave 3 move up through this area. So remember, guys, the pivot is the 618 and 764 extensions of wave 1 and 2. So in this case, wave 1's high would be where this 3 is, and wave 2 would be where this 4 is down here. And then this would be wave 1 of 3, pullback in 2 of 3 that needs to hold 4037 to 4007, and then a move through this pivot at 4097 up above 4125. So 4125 is the top of the pivot. If they take the market up through that area, then we have to strongly consider that we could be in wave 3 of 3 and adjust our support levels accordingly. And I will do that in the room in real time as the market moves on. And if you want to know how to get in that room, stay tuned. I will tell you later. Okay, guys, so just to quickly recap here, okay, we have a few different options that we're looking at, but we're treading very cautiously here because this structure is not ideal. It's not my favorite structure to consider a dependable impulsive structure. So we're going to tread very cautiously, but what we're looking for is a pullback, okay? And if that pullback is deeper and holds support in this 39.75 to 39.50 region, if it can hold support and then move higher and take out this high, okay, then it looks like a 1 and then wave 2 down, and then we would be starting 3 up from there. If it is a pullback that cannot hold support, okay, and it breaks through this 39.47 area, which should be a warning to the bulls that we may be going down. It could still hold lower, but that 39.47 area is kind of a warning area. If they do that and it pushes lower, okay, then it's more likely we were in wave 4 on the way up, and we're going to complete wave 5 down towards that 3,700 to 3,750 region. All right, and if we get a shallow pullback that's able to hold 4,007 or higher, and then comes back through the pivot over the 41.25 level, okay, then we have to strongly consider we could be in a wave 3, and we will have to adjust our support and have real-time updates from there on how it looks and if that wave 3 is playing out in a standard impulsive way or if it fails and starts back down again. All right, guys, so over on the NASDAQ, as you can imagine, we do have a pretty similar setup as these markets do trade pretty much in step. So either we have a wave 1 or wave 4 here at the top, okay? And if one of those two scenarios is true, we would look for a pullback, and that pullback should hold the 12,145 down to 12,038 range. If it breaks the 38 again, they can push lower and hold, but that 12,038 range should be a little bit of a red flag for the bulls that support may not be holding, and we're pushing down towards that 11,500 region. So again, a pullback that holds support in that region and pushes higher would be considered a 1-2 setup, whereas a pullback that cannot hold that 12,145 to 12,038 region and pushes down through it, then this would be considered wave 4, and we'd be looking for wave 5 down towards that 11,500 area. And just like on the other chart, if we get a shallow pullback that can hold 12,288 up to 12,394 and then blow through its pivot, which would be 12,810 at the top, okay, if it can blow through the 12,810 level and move higher, then we have to strongly consider the NASDAQ in a wave 3 as well and adjust our support levels as well as what we're looking for in the market in real time. So that's what we're looking at on both markets. We have a potential that this is a wave 1, and we'd be looking for a wave 2 to hold 12,145 or 12,038. We have a potential that this was wave 4, and we would be looking for a move down that did not hold support and push down towards that 11,500 region. And we have a potential that it could be wave 1 of 3, and I'm not sold on that. This structure just doesn't lend to that very well, but it's possible. And as long as they hold over the 12,288 area and take out 12,810, then we would have to strongly consider that option. Guys, if you like the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it can take you over to the website. Once you get over there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there. I want you to love it. Make sure it's for you and become part of our trading family before you ever spend a penny. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, Okay, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. Okay, we trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades last from a few days to a few months, so it's not like a standard day trading room. However, if you are looking for day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. You kind of have to see it to fully understand it, as it's very unique and very powerful, and that's why we give you that 7-day free trial. He's also built a challenge account where you put $4,000 into a small account, and he's showing you how to invest it properly to build that account into a big retirement or savings account, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week to show you disciplined trading and how to build a small account into a large one. We would love to have you guys in there so we can make some money together. All right, guys, key takeaways for today. We have a few different options. Most of them involve a pullback. Okay, a shallow pullback and a blow up through 41.25 could put us in wave 3, and we will update that in real time in the room. A deeper pullback that holds our support levels at 39.75 to 39.47. All right, that would be considered a wave 2 pullback, and then we would look for a move higher in wave 3 to eventually take out this high and move through the pivot when we reset that. All right, and a move lower that cannot hold support at this 39.47 level and ultimately 39.12 would be considered wave 5 down and should target 3,700 to 3,750. Over on the NASDAQ, we're looking for a pullback, okay, and a shallow pullback that holds 12,288 or higher and then blows through 12,810 can strongly put us in a wave 3 scenario, which again, we will update all of those levels in real time in the room. And a deeper pullback that can hold 12,038 to 12,145 in that area and then make a move higher would be considered a wave 2, starting wave 3 up. And then a pullback that can't hold support and breaks down under the 12,038 level and ultimately 11,905 would be considered a wave 5 down, looking for that 11,500 area. All right, guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.